Hey guys, plain old Jim. What I have here for you today is an under and overview of the new 2019 Prius all-wheel drive E. That is the electric motor all-wheel drive Prius that does not compromise gas mileage for the features that all-wheel drive gives you. So what I'd like to do is I would quickly like to go over what's on the outside, the inside of the vehicle, and then we will get under the car with this lift that I have and take a look at all of the nice little bits in there. So let us get started. So what we have here is an XLE grade 2019 all-wheel drive E in silver. This is the new redesigned front bumper and headlights for 2019. I kind of like it. It's a bit more muted in the front. It's more flat. This can aid in the aerodynamics of the vehicle. There are also LED fog lights, LED headlamps, and then very often manufacturers nowadays have been upgrading the headlamps with accent lights. So let me turn them on. As you can see, it gets a little bit of an eyebrow glow and a little bit of line in the front bumper. I think that's really cool, very unique to the Prius. If we look under the hood, so what we have here is the under the hood of the Prius. It is basically the same that the regular Priuses have had, that Toyota's been selling for the past couple of years. Nothing crazy to talk about. You got the inverter system over here, air filter, spark plugs the engines under that cover. We got a coolant system for the engine, coolant for the inverter, because that electricity gets very hot in there, so you have to keep that cool. Like I said, nothing too extravagant or extreme or different. So if we go around the vehicle, a new wheel cap design for the 2019 all-wheel drive. It's very flat, I've noticed, if I come from the side and look at it a little bit, which can seem boring, but it actually aids in aerodynamics, I've come to find out recently, which I think is actually really cool. We got the side view mirror there. The inside of the vehicle that we'll get to shortly, there are some improvements upon last year's model, which I think is really nice. Let's step around back. This is what the new 2019 rear end looks like. Instead of having the sweeping left and rights up in verticals, it's now horizontal, which I think is kind of nice. And it does proudly say on the back, all-wheel drive E on the left, and the grade XLE on the right, which is not a thing that the Priuses used to do. They used to come in 5 trim models, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or advanced premium, I believe, but those are been phased out. Got the window sticker there. This model retails for $31,100, which is a little bit more than the regular last year's Prius, but still pretty reasonable for an all-wheel drive vehicle that will get you 50 miles to the gallon, the only in its class. Let's have a look at the inside. Let's do the rear first. Just regular seats in the back, nothing crazy. We do have two 2.1 amp USB ports here for the passengers. Comes up, not down. There you go. Let's see what the front looks like. Alright. We'll power this sucker on. There we go. So this XLE model is actually equipped with a heads-up display, which you can actually see right there. Let's see if I can get it to do stuff. Probably not, because the car is not moving, but it will display your navigation, it'll display your speed, might also display lane assist, I'm not 100% sure. But then we also have the multi-info display over here. It now shows you, or it did show you for that brief second, if you back up the video and watch it again, there were 3 seatbelt lights over here. That seatbelt light is for the passenger in the front. The 3 that were here are for the back. So if you have kids, you now know whether or not they're wearing their seatbelts or not. No, I don't want to set the calendar. Got a bunch of different choices here. Climate, lane assist. Oh yeah, I never went over to lane assist. I will do that briefly before lifting the vehicle up. The improvement that I mentioned briefly is that most Prius models came with this Qi charger right here that you could turn on and put your phone on, or wireless headphones with the new Galaxy Buds have it. You can put it here and wirelessly charge them. The seat heaters are now here. The seat heaters, the switch for them used to be under here, and granted, I didn't even know they were there at first. And I doubt that, or at least maybe I believe that there are some customers who have heated seats and don't even know it exists because the switch, they don't see it. So they improved it by putting the switches here, which I really, really like. On the left, we got steering assist, the auto headlights, the heads-up display on and off, and the gas popper. And then let's quickly go over Toyota Safety Sense. So Toyotas have lane keep assist and pre-collision systems. Now the way that works is that if you look right there, in the glass there's actually a forward-facing camera. That camera constantly watches the road and looks for the lines on left and right and will determine your position in the lane. If you start deviating from that and swaying left or right as if you were tired, it will actually correct you. It'll go beep, 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 and it'll actually pull on your steering wheel a little bit to center you in the lane, which I think is really cool. And then it also has pre-collision, so what'll happen is, if you notice, the emblem looks very glossy, so what that is that there's a radar built into that will sense the car in front of you, and if you get too close, it'll use that for cruise control to help slow you down. But if you come up on them very, very quickly, it will actually display on the screen that you need to brake and help brake and slow the vehicle down quickly. So that is the overview. I will cut now, and let's go under the car. Alright, here we are under the vehicle. This should be pretty straightforward. Underneath, it's mostly the same that a regular Prius has been for the past couple of years. McPherson strut in the back, multi-link in the rear. Very heavily shielded for the aerodynamics to increase the gas mileage. Single piston calipers in the front. Regular electronic power steering rack. A little tease of the power wires that are going there. You got the catalytic converter with the coolant pump. There's actually coolant fed into this cat to help warm the coolant up quicker, which in turn will allow the engine to run at maximum efficiency quicker in the mornings and get you lower emissions, better gas mileage. A couple of braces. And here is our rear end. There is our muffler. I'm just going to do a little swoop. Okay, and there is our electric motor there. So the way this is working is the power comes through there and goes up and over and gets fed to this power unit. This is our electric motor that drives the rear wheels with this axle here. See it up in there. There's that axle. And then an axle on this side, rear calipers with the built-in e-brake. So the way this all-wheel drive system works is actually very intelligent. So what will actually happen is it doesn't run the all-wheel drive all the time, because if you're sending juice to this motor, it's going to wear the battery down, and then it's going to have to charge it up more, burning more gas. So what will happen is this motor will help you get going up to about 10 miles an hour and then shut off, and then only be used for on-demand, where it detects severe wheel slippage where power to the wheel would be required. It's a very smart system. Computer logic has gotten really crazy over these past couple of years, but I have not found any issues driving this thing. It's almost like driving a Subaru. It feels very tight. It feels connected, like it's actually all-wheel drive, which it is. So yeah, got the muffler, shielding for the muffler. We got this ride height adjustment here for the front headlights. charcoal canister for the evap system. This is your gas tank here. Let me just give it a quick once more before I let you guys go. And there is the rear end, headed towards the front end. So yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe and get a discussion going down below in the comments. I love watching you guys discuss these vehicles and the ways that they could improve them, the ways that you find that they are very good, all of that. I really enjoy reading that stuff, and I hope you all do too. So if you like this, please subscribe, and yeah, please stay tuned for more. Thank you!